You see my subtitle? Shut up, we suck.
Defense is horrible, man. They on pace. They on they on pace for disgrace, man.
All right, what's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? And here we are. What's up, Wednesday? Give it up. So we're gonna get right into it. So tonight we got a couple of things we're gonna talk about tonight. So the first thing we're gonna talk about: should the Cowboys give up assets for improvement? Then we're gonna get into Jerry Jones, the business guy, and we're gonna talk about that. And this one here, Football Junkie, and I think I sent you the link this morning.
Yeah, I saw it. The breakdown.
Sean Payton exposes Matt Everflus.
Man, you know what?
We'll top it off with the recap of Dallas and Denver. We're gonna wait for other folks to come on. What you say, fuck? What you got, fam?
I was gonna say, man, you know what? Sean Payton copy and pasting, man, because that's been going on. But he just put it on a broad span. That's all it is. I mean, Sean Payton's a very
Dude,
smart guy. He's very smart. We knew he was smart when he was with us.
what are we doing, man? What are we? We're gonna get into this, man. We're gonna get into some news you can use, and we got Fleabug in the background. Fleabug is in the background. Give it up for Fleabug. She's in the background. She's multitasking right now. I ain't gonna call her out, but yeah, she's multitasking. But she's here. Patrick Ryder said, "What's up, Cowboy Nation? Give it up for Patrick Ryder. That's my fire starter. Give it up, my guy. Yeah, shut up. We suck." So anyway, we got some other folks that PR Cowboys running late, Cowboys champ, and then we got Cowboys corner. They'll come in. So we're just gonna kind of wing it until our top content creators come in. But listen, guys, thank y'all for tuning in. And I understand y'all, again, like I say, we are fans first. It's nothing scripted here, Football Junkie. We just talking straight football talk, right?
Right on. Great football talk.
I'm highly pissed, bro.
I mean,
God Almighty.
this is to be expected because remember last season, Jerry was talking about going all in, and all in spilled over to before the actual draft when he had made the acquisitions and he did the signings and whatnot with the coaching staff. As we know, he had when he got the defensive coordinator before he even signed the head coach on as the head coach. And then at that previous moment at the time when he had done that, people was wondering and news analysts, sports analysts was asking, what is Jerry Jones doing? And they knew that this was the beat and sound of the same old drum.
Yeah. Listen. So, Fleabug. So the question is asked, since we're not talking long term with George Pickens, should the Cowboys give up assets for some major improvements?
We should, but this is my thing.
Shut up.
There's a lot of things that we should do, but we're not going to do them. And it doesn't matter because Jerry Jones is going to F it up, basically.
Exactly.
So, I mean, we can sit here and discuss all day long. And I mean, that's what our show is for, to vent, talk, and, barbershop talk. But my thing is that no matter what we do at this point, Jerry Jones is going to F it up because that's what he does.
So,
and my thing is, why would you even? So, and I have to bring this up because to me, I mean, Pickens is like right now, him and CD have this duo going on, and it's fire. It's truly fire, and they both acknowledged it. And neither one of them have a any kind of beef with it. They're really actually supporting and really trying to get it out there. But my thing is, Jerry Jones is basically he doesn't want to deal with his agent. He wants to do a deal with him on his own. And Pickens kind of said he would do that. But it's like, okay, 1 minute you're saying you want to do a deal, and then the next minute you don't want to do a long-term deal. Why? You have something that's working, that's going good. Why are you not trying to sign him? Like, why? You're gonna fool around, and he's gonna go to a team that's gonna value what he's got to offer. But my thing is, why is Jerry Jones so adamant about not just going ahead and doing what's right? I mean, it's showboating is over. Come on, like, but that goes back to what I always say is he gives a rat's ass about us winning another Super Bowl. He doesn't care. That's not his end goal. Period. It's not.
We're going to get into that. So before we go any further, I want to welcome our guy. DB is in the house, and also we got to bring in our guy, Danny Savage. Give it up for these guys. All right. Hello, Danny Savage. How you feeling, man? I know you was dealing with something last.
How's everybody going?
You doing all right? I know you're doing better.
Yeah, I'm doing better now. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Hey, DB, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey, work it out Wednesday, man. You know how we do. Work it out Wednesday, man. But yeah, I'm back for another round. Excited. Let's go, man. Let's get it.
Well, okay, I'm glad you're ready to go because, if you see my subtitle, it says, "Shut up, we suck." Okay, we suck. That's my subtitle below my name, and I mean what I said. But listen, the question is, simply because we suck, DB, should the Cowboys give up assets for improvements?
Well, it's kind of off a little bit as far as what I'm ready for, but I will tell you this. Right now,
Hey, Roxanne.
I give it a go. I give it
a go. What?
You should. And there are two. It's kind of two-part reasoning.
Okay.
Thinking into this. You should do it because it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. Right now, you're mid-season. The season isn't a wash yet. It's not a wash yet. However, if you hold out and wait, when you do have assets, when you do have the muscle to gain help, then I think it would be a disservice. Now, that being said, there's still a future, and you have to prepare for it. So that's a delicate balance. I'm saying yes to both right now, and I'm saying be balanced and have an approach of thinking in the future, because I think that's what was in mind when the trade of Micah happened, which I don't disagree with. I know a lot of fans do, and for a legitimate reason. But I do not disagree with getting rid of Micah, and I'll tell you guys why when we get back to my topic for the night.
Okay, we're gonna. A matter of fact, we'll bring your topic in as soon as we get through doing our channel identification. You bring your topic in, okay? But with that being said, so Danny Savage, listen. This defense sucks. Shut up, we suck. But it's been reported trading George Pickens sounds like a wild idea, but it's one that's been discussed by Dallas Cowboys fan media members and content creators. And I don't blame them. In theory, the scenario where dealing the standout wide receiver makes sense. Since the businessmen are not talking long-term extension, should the Cowboys give up assets for improvement?
No, absolutely not, because we can't even afford these assets. Next year, Dax I was talking uncensored Cowboys. He's great with the numbers. Next year, Dak's salary cap number is $74 million.
Wait a minute.
Next year, Dak's salary cap number is $74 million next year. Both of our defensive tackles, we have the 32nd ranked defense in the NFL. Both of our defensive tackles next year, $20 million each. Lamb's getting $25 million next year. How are we going to pay these guys? And this was against Denver showed what good was Pickens and Lamb on the field. We need an entire new defense, and we need an entire new GM. We need a new owner. It's a joke. Do we really trust the Cowboys with making a trade? We have not won a trade since we traded for Charles Haley. I agree with what the content creator said. I got no problem trading Micah. None. No one is untradeable. But we got fleeced.
Yeah.
We basically gave up Micah. It's going to come down to 2 point-wise. 2 2-round picks and a 30-year-old defensive tackle making next year, he's going to be 31, making $20 million. So both of our defensive tackles are making $20 million. And we can't stop the run.
Well, then you got Jake Ferguson. Then you got Deron Bland. I mean, it's crazy. So, football junkie, let me ask you this: so, wouldn't it be nice to just see Will McClay as GM and he's able to pick the people that he wants? Wouldn't that be nice? Because I just think we might lose Will McClay, and we might get a chance to see Will McClay actually become a GM and able to pick the guys that we need. I don't know. It just to me, it just seems like Jerry Jones got the two business guys has their hand in a lot of this that's going on. What do you think?
Well, for Will McClay is concerned, I would like to see Will McClay go somewhere that he's can be fundamentally used, so he can use his expertise as best as he possibly can. I feel like Will McClay is will serve as a good GM. Will McClay, he has a high IQ for looking at talent. Some of the talent that's been brought in with the Cowboys over the past few years is due to Will McClay being able to get in Jerry or Stevens' ear to make those pulls. I do still uh, uh, criticize a lot of the draft picks within the last year or two because none of them really performed to the level of expectation that we have expected them to do. They are struggling to grasp the speed of the game or to be fundamentally sound within the game. For as Jerry's concerned and how the Cowboys are going along as the narrative is, we getting what we get from Jerry Jones. It's not going to change. Trading a player to gain some assets to help block from the defense will be a total disaster. I wouldn't even trade Pickens. I'd go ahead and just let Pickens go ahead and exploit his talents and boost his stock. Jerry be to play the fool to pay him, so be it. If Jerry played the fool to let him go, so be it. It is what it is. This is a
Yeah.
uh, this is a witch hunt dealing with Jerry Jones. You can't be too excited as a Cowboys fan right now,
Not a witch
knowing
hunt.
that Jerry Jones is the owner of the Cowboys, or Stephen and Jerry Jones Jr. or you know mindset behind their father of the Cowboys. Nobody should be excited as a Dallas Cowboy fan about shit. Excuse my French, but what's to be excited about? You're gonna get what you're gonna continue to get. It is what it is.
That's what it is. Give it up. Before we go any further, I want to welcome. We're gonna get in the comments that we have. Big shout out to our guy PR Cowboys in the house. What's up, PR Cowboy?
What's going on, fellas? How's it
All
going?
right, we just now getting into the thick of things, and we're gonna read some of these comments. So Patrick Ryder said we need some damn safety help ASAP. Damn Jerry, give it up. He also said we need this damn win Monday night, 4-4 going into a break. Then make some damn changes with roster defense, coach. Wait a minute.
We've been
You
singing
want
that one.
to go ahead, DB?
No, we've been singing that one.
Yeah. So, PR Cowboy, shut up, we suck. That's my subtitle. Shut up, we suck. So the question is, I'm gonna let you in on what was going on. Can you bring that back up, moderator? That first topic. Come on, give it to me. Should the Cowboys give up assets for improvements?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm not. We talked about this last week, right? We said we need to win, put some streaks together before you decide you're going to do something, right? If we would have won this Sunday and then won this coming Monday night, okay. But you're not one player away on the defense. You're not,
No,
you're not two players away on this
no.
defense, and you're depending on this offense to score 35, 40 points a game. It's not going to happen because they can't. It's not going to carry to the road. The offense is not going to carry to the road on the road games. You've seen it over and over. We're a horrible road team. We have been for years, and the pre-snap penalties. So assets for what? To do what? Like, are
Mm,
I mean, you saw this man give up a fourth last year for Mingo. We weren't even in the mix. We didn't have we weren't in the mix for shit, and we gave up a fourth for Mingo. This is what the scary thing is about it. It's very scary right now because in this man's mind, hey, we're 3-4. We win Monday night. We're 4-4. This is the scary part is like, is he going to overpay again for something that's just not going to help us right now? And that's the scary part that I'm worried about right now. No, just save your picks. If you want to before the drafts, trade Diggs, get some more picks for the draft. That's where I would go with it. But hey, don't go in there and overpay for something, man. Don't do it.
So now, and I can tell the energy in here. I think we're all on the same level. It's just we don't know. But now this could probably be some of the problems with why we are where we are because now it's been reported Jerry Jones $100 billion natural gas project is taking time away from fixing the Dallas Cowboys defense. Now, let me just share this with you. This is what he's got going on. Now, he said there's a $100 billion present value with gas out there, Jones said in an interview with Wall Street Journal. That's why I'm talking to you on the telephone rather than trying to fix our defense with the Dallas Cowboys. That's what he said, y'all. Danny, what I mean, would you like to expound on that, brother?
It just shows that the Cowboys are a toy. It's a toy for him. Winning doesn't matter. Winning does not matter. The fans care more than he does. It's a joke. It's a brand. It's a brand. Jerry said it last week. The Cowboys is a soap opera, and it's as the stomach turns. And he said when it gets quiet, he just revs it up.
Wait a minute. Say that again. As the what? What'd you say?
As the stomach turns. That's the Dallas Cowboys soap opera.
Right.
He doesn't care, man. He's never done nothing. Everything since he bought the team, it was Jimmy. Everything is Jimmy. Jimmy.
But
Jimmy
Danny,
wanted to trade. After Jimmy, he's done nothing. I mean,
he's doing something. He's doing something, Danny, but he's paying all the wrong people. I mean, he gave Deron Bland this big contract. He gave Jake Ferguson this big contract when it wasn't. I don't think it was necessary. I really don't think it was necessary. But this is where we are, and he's doing something. It's just not in the right manner.
You know what?
Also, I think the last few years, real quick, we've had a couple of bad drafts in a row.
Yeah,
2023 draft from start to finish is a wash. In the 6th round, we traded up for some guy, Eric Scott. He's not even in the league no more.
Yep.
And I've said it once, I'll say it again. Dan Quinn has set this organization back 10 years. Because Dan Quinn drafted about 10 defensive linemen, and the only one still at Dallas is Osa. Yet we paid him $100 million. He sucks. and Mozzie Smith, who's going to be out the door soon. But Dallas might be holding on to Mozzie Smith just to get a comp pick for him when he finally lets go.
So
Because they don't care about paying for him because Dallas Cowboys are the comp pick champions.
Yep.
So PR Cowboy. So doesn't it make more sense? We go out here and get these. I keep calling them independent contractors. These 1 and 2 year players to come to the organization, and then what happens is all your rookies that you have, they don't even make the 4 years because we end up releasing them. Why doesn't it make more sense to allow your rookies to come in and learn the system and grow with the system versus
Yeah.
bringing all these independent contractors? PR Cowboy.
Yeah, and I've said this, and we've all said this for a couple years now. The only reason you go get these guys on 1 and 2 year deals that are at the end or might give you a little bit is if you're a contender. If you're a contender and you've got all these young pieces in place and you're on the edge of winning, you go get these guys that can give you 1 good year or 2 good years to help you get over that hump. That's when you do that. Not to try to what he's doing is just filling in gaps before the next draft cut. And like Danny said, when you don't spend money in free agency and you don't go fix things, you better be good in the draft or it's going to show. And it's showing. And it's showing right now. And this is the problem. This thing can be fixed within a year because if you have all the money, you have money, you have draft pick capital, you can it can be turned around. But why isn't that going to turn around? Because they'll probably draft horrible again, and he won't go spend money in free agency to fix some of this stuff.
So, yeah, that's what I was talking about. Jerry Jones, the business guy, because he's investing $100 billion in $100 billion natural gas situation. So I'm sure that is taking a lot of his time, and that again, he's trying to wear several hats, man. But I think this is the opportunity. Well, I can't call it, but we all can say that we think that Jerry Jones should let the coaches make coaching decisions. Okay. But so yeah, that's we're talking about the business guy. But I want to get into this. I don't know if there's Cowboys champ in the house. Give it up for Cowboys champ. We got a full house tonight, y'all. Because we got a lot. We're venting tonight. We're just venting. We're just getting it off our chest. I'm just basically going through some storylines right now, and then we're gonna go right into this recap. But I don't know if you guys was aware of this, man. But what is his name? His name's Acho.
Yeah, Sam.
So Acho, he's on the mainstream media, and he did a video, guys. And what he shared with the audience is that Sean Payton and Bo Nix knew every play that Matt Eberflus called. And I say that because what Acho he shared with everybody is when Denver went into a empty backfield, our guys gave this motion, gave this signal, which meant for them to fall back into a covers 2 zone. Now, Sean Payton picked up on this, and whenever they did this, they came with what he told Bo Nix is let's play a cover 2 beater. Let's play one of those calls that beats the cover 2, and that's what he did. Then he would see Cowboys come out in that same. They would come out in the same empty backfield, and they would see that the Cowboys would line up in man to man without giving this signal. So Sean Payton say, "Well, let's give them a man to man beater." So Sean Payton and Bo Nix knew every play that Matt Eberflus was calling. Are you surprised, Cowboys champ?
Nope. Apparently, 7 other teams knew what type of play caller he was going to, because every team that played the Cowboys, except for Washington, they put up big numbers on this defense. And another thing, the Cowboys only blitz 16% of their defensive plays.
Oh my gosh, it's terrible.
And about 44% that was playing zone. I'm sorry, that was 44 well percentage, but yeah, high percentage that was playing zone.
85% zone.
Have you
Yeah.
noticed them?
But
Have you noticed some? They have a low blitz percentage whenever they're dealing with run orientated quarterbacks. Quarterbacks that are highly mobile and aggressive runners, they have a low blitz percentage. Very low blitz percentage.
Exactly.
DB,
Yes, sir.
are you surprised? Are you surprised that that this was
What say
shared?
for you Monday night? This is preseason vanilla type. This no, I'm not surprised at all. I mean, what I was looking at the screen, and I don't have to watch any football study or anything. I'm talking about the naked eye. I'm looking at this defense where it's preseason vanilla. I mean, nobody's motion, nobody's pretending. Everybody's at a standstill. There's no guys that are like approaching the line of scrimmage. They line up 4-3 and just, I mean, nope, there's no movement. And what that tells me is guys are having to think. They've scaled it. They scaled this to a point back to where guys aren't comfortable even disguising things.
They're
I don't,
not.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I'm sorry to say. I don't believe that. The coaching staff is dumb.
Well, what I see personally, what I see is preseason type vanilla. There's no disguise. Now, whether or not is it, and I say players because they're looking around like what, who,
Good.
what, why. And I'm not saying it's just players. I think it's just a terrible scheme. The Tampa 2 defense,
It's
basically,
old. It's played out.
old scheme. And unless you got real ballers, unless you got Warren Sapp, Simeon, Barbara, what's the guy that runs the 49ers?
Boy, you need like Derek Brooks, Ron Barber,
That's right.
John Lynch.
What's the guy that Lynch? Unless
John Lynch.
The reason why they could play so vanilla in scheme is because they were all monsters. You don't have to disguise when you got monsters. But when you got Ozzy Diggums or and no disrespect, these guys are talented guys. They're in the NFL. But then it's the difference between Osa and Warren Sapp.
It's a difference.
And
we paid Osa. We keep paying these players, man, and I don't get it. And it's like
last year didn't look like this. And this is why I'm saying part of this is scheme. Now, maybe he got his money and he just taking a shit. I don't know. But
you say last year it didn't look like this, but you got to understand something. Michael Parsons created a disturbance.
And guess what? I give
He
Mike
created a disturbance.
I give Micah his flowers. And I want to go into something because a lot of people get it confused about Cowboy fans and why and what. We act like we act. Well, for a younger generation that don't know, because there are a lot of Cowboy fans, they're extremely young and haters. During the early 1990s, we had a culture that was set in place, and I think Danny Savage was talking about it, that Jimmy put in place. But there were three type of players that we had. We had fierce competitors. And we all know competition, man. In any business that you run, you got to have fierce competitors if you want to be successful. And football is a different kind of sport. You got to be a little wide different. I mean,
half-ass crazy.
I mean, you got a few loose screws if you play football. Let's just say that at the least.
That's true.
Not a few, a lot of them.
but competition. We had a locker room full of cats that competition. They walked in the locker room and saw each other, and they went at each other. We also had supreme talent. Michael Irvin, fresh off a chip. Troy Aikman was the #1 overall draft pick. Emmitt Smith, Russell Marlin. Now, how we got there was a different story. But we had some really supreme talent.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
The real ingredient about locker rooms. And that's
Yeah.
the aspect of it.
That's so true.
You know, when it comes to football, and I say it, man, you got to be wired a little different. You have to have this supreme talent. But there's a misfit type of mentality because there's not a great population that plays football. I mean, there's a very low percentage of the population that does this for a living.
For a living. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to be a supreme competitor, but also the misfit type of mentality. You have to wake up and tell yourself every day
Yeah.
something about your day is ruined, and you got to make up for it. You know, whether am I too poor?
Yeah.
You know, did I grow up without my father? You know,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
some sort of element in the personal life.
Yeah. And you know what? And I don't mean to cut you off, but I want to ask Cowboys champ this since he just got in here. I see his subtitle. His subtitle is Idiot Jim. So Cowboys champ.
Yeah.
Here we are, and like I say, you're part of the. You probably go further back with me, back to the '70s when we seen when this team was built on grit,
Yeah.
and here we now with glitz and glamour. But here, I want you to kind of tell us basically with what we saw, your thoughts about what we saw, and then we'll go. Then we'll go into the identification. Then we're gonna let. Let's do that. Go ahead, Cowboys champ.
You talking about the game against the
The
Broncos?
game against the Broncos.
Okay. Okay. Before the game started, I I thought I really thought that the Cowboys offense was going to put up some big numbers. But I always say every game this year that I do not trust the defense. And another thing, two things that was concerning me with this offense because we know the defense who they are. The defense is not going to get any better. The bookends, the guiding and steal, I was worried about that, and the play calling that Scotty produced because all that if you Cowboys had they had too many 3-and-outs, and a lot of the play calling it was like they were playing scared against the Broncos. Yeah, even though the Broncos defense was aggressive, you couldn't tell me that the Cowboys couldn't adjust. And here's that key word again that we keep bringing up every game. The Cowboys, for some reason, they cannot adjust to whoever the team that they are playing. They are still stuck on what they want to do. NFL is all about adjusting. You just can't make no adjustment at halftime. You got to do it first, second, third, and fourth quarter. And basically, with the defense can't get out their own way, it put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. And we know that when you put pressure on Dak without a successful running game, like any other quarterback, he's going to throw interceptions. I don't put this. You know me. I'll call it out, but I still can't put this loss on Dak. I put
No.
this loss on the whole team. But
Well,
it's funny when the quarterback has more rushing yards than the running back. And
Yeah.
what that tell you? He's running for his life. Shoddy, he's gonna have to take off his Huggies and put on the big boy pants, and really gonna have to take over more of the offense and the defense.
Yeah, he got. I mean, he got to make a business move. That's
He
just
have
it.
to.
You're right.
And despite what the front office say, you fighting for your job.
Yeah, this is first audition. You're right.
Yeah. So you got to show the cojones.
Yeah, yeah. So true. Hold on, guys. Let's get this channel identification in real quick, and then we'll come back with PR Cowboy and Danny Savage. Let's get this in real quick.
Welcome to the Cowboys Huddle podcast, your go-to spot for all things Dallas Cowboys. Whether it's breaking news, game day updates, insider rumors, or honest fan takes, we've got you covered. We're diving deep into the star every week, bringing you the latest and the loudest from Cowboys Nation. So hit that subscribe button, buckle up, and let's ride with America's team. Welcome to the Cowboys.
PR Cowboy. The thing about this is, man, 17 points is enough to win the game, but you can't give up 44 damn points, bro. You can't. You cannot. I can win a game 17-16, but I can't give up 18 or more points. So how long are we going to continue? Are we going to do the same thing as we did with Mike Nolan? Do we fire the coach? I mean, we could 17 points is enough to win, but you cannot give up 44 points, bro.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, if you're going to do it, do it already. Don't wait till the end of the season and then wait for this other guy, and then you're you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to do it, bring somebody in that you're going to stick with, like going through next year, right? The problem is we knew this, right? We're like, hey, the offense is going to have a game where they're not going to put up 28 points, 30 points.
Mm-hmm.
We know that
Mm-hmm.
it's going to happen,
Go ahead.
and this goes back to years of this, right? Where we're like, hey, when we get into a playoff game, we're going to get into one of these games where it's six, low scoring, and we need this defense to do something, and it just hasn't happened, man. And it's just like we're doing it. Y'all said it the best. Hey, the defense is staggered, right? There's no disguises, there's no nothing, right? Weren't we just saying this about the offense last year? Or the year before, that there's no motion, there's no creativity, there's no this. Now we're saying it about the defense. But why? Because we're not letting the head coach pick his staff. We're not letting I'm the owner, you're gonna coach this position, you're gonna do this, and you're gonna do what you have to do with the players that I gave you right here. You're not looking at what these players can do best and bringing the best coach to their abilities. You're just looking at, oh, this guy was here before. He was with us as a linebackers coach. Let's bring him back as our defense coordinator. Right? That's what we do. And that's what we do year in and year out. And look, and a lot of it, like I said, the players, we could say players, I agree with scheme mostly. And how he continues to keep the job, and if he keeps it throughout the years, is beyond me, man. I just don't. I don't understand, because look, injuries is part of the game, right? Injuries are part of the game, and you have to know how to coach around that. You just do.
That's right.
Lots of teams do it. Lots of teams make AFC, NFC championships when they have major injuries. Lots of teams make Super Bowls when they have major injuries.
It's called making adjustments.
Exactly. And we talk about this adjustment deal, right? Let's look at quarterbacks, right? We crown these quarterbacks so young with their rookie years, like a Jaden Daniels or a CJ Stroud, but then adjustments. Teams make adjustments to these guys. They got film on you, right? They know what you're doing now. Then you have to counter and make the adjustments back. It's an ongoing game year in, year out. So the same thing with us. If we're not changing nothing in defense, there's no adjustments teams have to make against us, because they just have to keep doing the same thing until we make adjustments to them.
This is crazy.
And then
this is
you just talked about our offense. Okay, like Champ said, Shoddy, like I just think the offense just doesn't try the road. We're just a bad road team. We just are. But like you said, if a team's making an adjustment to like they got about a month and a half, right, of shoddy on tape of what his offense is doing. Teams are going to start making adjustments against that. But it's just
Yeah.
like I said, I think it's just easier for us at home because you're able to make the adjustments you want. You're not dealing with the crowd noise as much, and you're able to. That's why we score so many points at home compared to on the road. But that's why it's a team game where you need your defense to help you in those situations. You need your special teams to help you in those situations, and it all comes in one. And we've been like this year in year out where hey, the defense or the offense and defense are hey, they're pretty decent. Special teams is horrible. Hey, defense is pretty decent. Offense is horrible. Hey, offense is clicking. Defense is horrible. We just never can get all three phases together.
So true. Dan, I want you to go next, but everybody that's in the comments, put your comments up because we're gonna all go over your comments as well. So if you got any comments, make sure you put them down, and we're gonna go back over this once Danny give his observation of the game on Sunday. But now, Danny, Dak is due to have a bad game. I mean, okay, we know it's what's going to come. He went this far without throwing an interception, so we can't put the whole blame on Dak because
No, I'm not.
we saw
Not.
Dak get into a position where he started pressing. So
The
what?
problem is, with this, especially like let's back to competition. Back when Jerry was here, when Jimmy was here, we had competition. Now, back in April, we drafted Tyler Booker. He got the nickname the Soul Snatcher, and he was awarded the starting right guard spot the night of the draft. What
Right.
other organization does that? Only Dallas. We have to start drafting players that hate to lose.
That's it.
Eberflus was a nepotism hire, just like McCarthy when he hired Nolan.
Mhm.
So we had Nolan, then we had Quinn, then we had Zimmy. Now we got Eberflus. Next year we're going to be on our fifth defensive coordinator since 2020. So how do you draft all those years
God,
and expect pieces
To line up.
that whoever the defensive coordinator is next year? This is like a 3-4 year project. I'm sorry. This defense is horrible from the front to all three levels are horrible. We're gonna have to the next two drafts. I mean, we gotta come out of the draft with a running back and an offensive tackle. But the next two drafts, you gotta throw every draft pick at defense. I'm sorry. This defense is horrendous at all three levels.
no, I agree
And
with you. I mean that sums it up really. And I think we're all on the same page. Fleetwood, let's get into some of these comments. I see one. I want to hear what Wavy Hink said. Yeah, let's go back up and let's bring up some of those comments and we can all talk about it. So Wavy Hink said, it feels like we will be in the back seat and have to watch the Eagles be great forever. What do you think, DB?
Well, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, right now, with what we're working with, and again, Danny touched on it. The competition, we don't have the sore losers mentality.
No.
We got the
Glitz and glamour.
the $100 billion petroleum mentality. I mean, we got the star. We don't have. It pains me, and this is what I was saying about Mike Irvin, man. About Troy. Troy was a perfectionist. I mean, Mike went in and imagine this. And only in the hood do people don't snitch.
Yeah, Mike wouldn't snitch.
Mike went in after coming off a national championship and seeing a rookie year. Mike went into the owner's office, got with Jimmy and said, this here, this one, their ass gotta go. And see, this is what I'm talking. This is why I really I don't agree with the Micah stuff. I mean, I don't disagree with the Micah stuff. Though Micah is supreme talented, Micah is not no perfectionist, fear competitor. And believe it or not, we don't have the right ingredients, man. And we don't have the culture to really harvest from these type of ingredients, man. We're so far off. And I agree with him. Yeah, we're gonna take a back seat to the Eagles.
All right, bring up the next one. I want. We got some comments out here. Wavy Hinks said, at average video game player, this defense was built around Parsons. Them dudes were a lot better when he was on the field. Without him, these dudes are not the same. What do you say about that, football junkie?
Well, I like to say is this. Basically, I'll say this. When it came to Michael Parsons and his approach to the game, I kind of question Michael Parsons in the essence of how he do his podcast situation immediately after games, pretty much hours after the game. He's up on the podcast. I question his seriousness about the game. He flourishes pure off his natural talents.
Yes, sir.
He's a prima donna a la LeBron to me. He's gifted and talented, but you're a flopper. But
So you say 54 sacks is a flop?
I'm not gonna say it's a flop,
How many
but in essence, I'm not even. It's a lot of great players that's been played in the league that didn't even make the playoffs or Super Bowl. But Michael Parsons was a distraction, but we also had pieces that still got away from us. That's at other teams that are doing good. That played with Michael Parsons that also had a disruptive presence. Being that Michael is gone and those other pieces are gone, it shows. It shows greatly that
Yeah.
this stuff really truly. I'm not supposed to blame the players because the players and their production is a byproduct of what the coaches are doing. Once they go, you got the coaches go and script the game of the team that they're gonna play the previous week, and then what they do Sunday night and come Monday morning, and in lieu of what they do to preparation for the team therapists to play up the upcoming week. Um, it's the coaching staff, dude, because we talking on the surface about the players are out of place, the players are thinking this, the players are not doing that. They are a byproduct of what they're being told to do for the game. And what they're being told to do is defensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator's coaching staff, they're garbage. Because these dudes couldn't coach up a shook up soda bottle if they wanted. They
Yeah.
couldn't coach it down. Uh,
Yeah.
this is coaching, man. This is coaching. Coaching is the culture. They create the culture so that the players can thrive out of it, so that the culture will blossom into what it needs to be.
Right.
Uh, and being that the defense is like it is, and I don't see why Shanahan, I mean not Shanahan, but our
Schottenheimer.
head coach Schottenheimer hasn't went and at least fired one subject on the defense or defensive coordinator. Fired
He
just
can't.
one.
He can't.
Just I mean he can't. I know he can't. He's handcuffed on that. That's Jerry's baby right over there.
Yeah.
That's Jerry's baby.
Yeah.
But
So
at the end of the day, it is what it ain't, and
yeah.
what it is, it's not good.
So you say basically what you're saying is it has a lot to do with coaching. And I agree with you because and not only that, but what are you doing in practice? What are you doing in the classroom? What are y'all looking at? You have to
Exactly.
prepare. You have to. I'm not gonna get. Cause I want everybody to get a chance. Let's go ahead and bring up another comment real quick because I want Cowboys champ to What's your point? Big shout out to What's Your Point. He's definitely going to come on one of these days. Cowboys defense play like robots and scared to make a play. They don't play with their eyes. They doing what they are told. Just something just like what Football Junkie just said. What do you think, Cowboys champ, on that comment?
Yeah, well, they confused because this like 2020 all back over with Mike Nolan. You try to bring in a defensive scheme that was very similar to Dan Quinn defense. No, 2019 when you had Rashard here,
Right.
2020 you had Mike Nolan, and then when Quinn came in, he still had the type of players that fit his system. Then when he left, then Zimmer, at least Zimmer adjusted to the talent on his team towards the end of the season because the defense started playing better. This right here, Mike Nolan, you see how Chicago had torches and ran him out of Chicago. Now he's here with 5 of his people from his staff because the Cowboys are looking at when he was at Indianapolis. Indianapolis had dogs on that team. These
Yeah.
Cowboys, this Cowboys team, they don't have dogs. They got bunny rabbits. That's what
So
they got.
no, I agree with you, and it makes a lot of sense. But again, we done went from grit to glitz and glamour. All right, let's get
Yep.
one more up here real quick. Fleabug, give us another question so we can get PR uh, thoughts on it. You got one more? I got. Let's see. You see one? Come on, Fleabug. Okay. Wavy Hink says this defense will not be good as long as we keep switching up DCs, and they need the players to run their defensive scheme. PR Cowboys. This we going like he just said. We're actually going on our fifth defensive coordinator, dude. It's like somebody can't pay their bills. Somebody robbing Peter to pay Paul. PR Cowboy. What's the deal?
And
Shit.
he's right, but do you really trust Matt Eberflus to stick around and draft guys to fit his system to do what do you from what you see? Because even like you said, if you don't have the players that fit your scheme, good coaches are gonna not gonna make it look like this. You might have some bad games, but not consistently, week in and week out. And I just like I said, yes, pick one and stick with the guy, right? But this is
All
what
of them
happens,
been
right?
bust, PR Cowboy. All of them have been bust. All of the defensive coordinators have been bust.
Yeah, the only one we kept around for a long time was Quinn. But what happens when you win is, those
Yeah.
guys get taken, right? When you win, those guys get, and we've seen it with lots. We haven't seen it to this extent. We're the only team we've seen it with this extent where it just drops off dramatically. Because right, we've seen it with the Eagles when they took the year before they took their defense coordinator. Their defense didn't quite look the same. They had some struggles. And then this year, even when they've taken Kellen Moore away from them, right, they don't look the same like they did last year as well. So you see it all the time, but it's not like a drastic freaking drop off like we have. And and look, and to me, we talked about this going 2 years back. We thought we should have these young guys that were on the defensive team, like with Quinn or whoever. We thought those.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, I thought those guys should have got a shot at the job. Why not replace it with a guy that's similar to that system, and you can just keep on, you know,
Yeah.
keeping it together. That just makes sense. But no, Jerry, let's go pick the guy that used to coach here 20, 30 years ago, and or he played ball with my grandson, or he played ball with my sons, and we're going to give him the job. That's what he does, and that's where we mess up at. And look, and like Danny said, if you continue on this route or whatever, it is going to take 3 or 4 years. But if you get the right guy and you're willing to go spend the money and get your drafts, you've seen teams turn it. We saw our team was defense was horrible, and you saw Quinn turning around within a year. And you know what I'm saying? So you can, but is it going to happen? Probably not.
But you know what, PR Cowboy, I will chime in on this with you, and I'll pick it back off on you. Dan Quinn did a hell of a job with what he had, and it showed testament to the talent that the guys the Cowboys had as starters, the backups, and so forth and so on, undrafted free agents and whatever. Dan Quinn, I will say this about that guy: he's passionate about what he does. And he's passionate about what he's putting on the quality of play that he's going to put on the field. He's passionate about delivering the message to the players to make sure that they hone into what is going to be done for the week. This fool, Floozy, has no passion whatsoever. You don't see him checking one soul coming to the sideline after they done screwed up. He don't check nobody. Nobody.
And remember, Dan Quinn did make a Super Bowl. He at least made a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. And basically, we all thought that he was going to be the next man in line when Mark McCarthy was, that was the whole thing. You had two head coaches on the same team. If Mike McCarthy didn't work, Dan Quinn steps in, but Dan Quinn is over there at Washington. They're looking about as bad as us. So, Danny, I got to ask you this. We have witnessed what we saw on last Sunday. We've witnessed Bo Nix rip us apart with 4 TDs. 4. So, how do you keep from repeating this Sunday? What is your expectation? What does Dallas have to do to not repeat what we just saw? Come on, Danny, give me something.
Arizona has to not show up for that.
Stop.
Listen, I'm gonna give everyone can make some ducats on Monday night. Marvin Harrison is going to catch 2 touchdowns. Trey McBride, their tight end, is going to catch 1 tight end. He's going to catch 1 touchdown. And Kyle Murray, the midget, he's going to run for 1 touchdown. You put that 4-player prop in. It's Marvin Harrison Jr. against Kaiir Elam.
Yeah. Yeah.
He might catch 3 touchdowns. And Murray is he can move around. We have trouble playing him. The season's over. We said this in the beginning of the season. The back end of our schedule is the hardest part. And we're playing like this. I see us. I mean, we might put up some points. I mean, we should, right? We got the best wide receivers, and I was thinking about this today, right? We have, we got $100 million wide receiver, and all our fans want another $100 million wide receiver. Can anybody name me any of Tom Brady's wide receivers when he was in New England?
Well, that's because you can't, Danny, because they know
whoa.
They know how to manage their money.
Dak Prescott has made $500 million.
Yeah.
And he is the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. All I'm asking is, can anyone name me 1 wide receiver from New England?
Yeah,
besides Randy Moss.
Julie Edelman.
New England lost that year.
And I know what Danny's saying. Danny said none of them made $100 million. But again, what you're talking about, Kraft them know how to manage their money. They know how to manage their money over there.
They had a top 15 defense every year.
Yeah, so it's man, we got coaches over there that's making coaching decisions. Over here, we got businessmen making coaching decisions.
For all those years, what was the combined record for the Bills, Jets, and Dolphins in that division?
Okay, but the point I was trying to make is you don't need $200 million wide receivers.
Yeah, no, I
win. That was the point. Because basically we do that. We're the NFC version of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Then that's what's going to happen.
Yep.
Say giving up the 4 TDs. I think either way, you're gonna give up 4 TDs. This defense is just that bad. Yeah. I just don't want to see you sit back in a Tampa, no disguise, no blitzes, no. at least throw something at Kyler to make him get off his marks, move around. If he beat you with his leg, but just don't let him sit back like Bo Nix, not getting hit to the
No
fourth
pressure,
quarter.
man.
Now, I just don't want to see a defense that's playing on the back of their heels. Let's send more players than they have blockers.
Right. That's
At least half of the time, man.
Make
so
the quarterback make a decision.
That's
Right.
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fast.
Cowboys champ, you witnessed what happened on last Sunday. Now, what is it that we're going to have to do in order to not repeat the same thing we just saw last Sunday? This is ridiculous, man. Oh my God.
Mm, damn, man. The Cowboys, the offense, they do play better at home. But I'll have no confidence in the defense. I
So
know
what is it that
everybody
they're going
saying
to have to do? What is it that they're going to have to do, Cowboys champ, so we
they
won't
gotta
see
play
the same thing?
they gotta play smart football. They gotta play smart football. They can't you gotta eliminate dumb penalties. You got to eliminate
There you go.
uh you know no fumble, no 3-and-outs.
Lining up
Defensive
outside.
players, they got to play better than what the head coaches, the head coach, but the defense coordinators play the calling. Something's gonna have to happen. Somebody gonna have to get in somebody's face and say, "Hey, it's time for us to show up."
Man.
Couple of turnovers.
But they don't have they don't have them dogs on this team.
Yeah.
Okay, now
Football.
we can talk about the Michael Irvins,
Yeah.
everybody like that, but they don't have that on this team.
But I'm going to tell you
Everybody
something.
like it glitz and glamour.
Yeah, there's glitz and glamour. I'm gonna tell you, we can say we want to, but the two that was the dogs on this team are no longer here. Tank Lawrence is not here. He was a dog. I don't care what nobody say. You might not heard his name, but he was a dog and he hate losing. Michael
Yes.
Parsons, he was the one that hate losing. He hate losing. And I understand when people got their opinion about it, but this is what we just talked about that. Talking about dogs, some fierce players. These guys hated losing. Now is everybody just sitting on the side like, what did Dak say? We effing suck. Well, do something about it. Football junkie, we've seen this before. We saw this on last Sunday. What is it going to take in order for us to not to have to repeat what we just saw last Sunday?
And I'm gonna go with what our
We was
guy is
tired.
saying right now. What's your point? He said whoever's running the scouting team is setting up the Cowboys. Someone is missing the scouting other teams, and that's what it is. Like I said, it's the coaching staff. It's the scouting report. He hit it
Yeah,
right on the head. I'm riding with you on that, homeboy. I believe it day in, day out, because that's
yeah.
the preparation. That's the
Preparation.
preparation. Whoever the scouting team is, they the one that suck. They the reason why the defense suck. Because they're not doing their due diligence to make sure that they are crunching all the X and O's that the opposing team is doing on offense. What are they doing on offense? What is the court? Just like they just did with the Cowboys this week, how they broke it down, how our child broke it down, how the defense is doing all this, you know what I'm saying? Come on, dude. It's not hard. X's and O's are not hard unless you make them hard. They're
But the
not hard.
manager don't have time, football junkie, because he's in the manager. He's over there in the offensive classroom trying to get his plays together, and then you got the defense. So my question is, who's managing this damn team? If your head coach slash offensive coordinator is over here with these guys, there's nobody managing. Tom Landry managed the team. Jimmy Johnson managed the team, and we saw what that got us. But here we are now. uh, I got Schottenheimer, his first audition, and he got his nose in the playbook. So again, like you say, preparation is numero uno, and being able to study. How you think they were able to figure out our defense? Because they studied, they
They
found out, and they
study.
went in. They studied, and they saw how basic and how simplified our defense was, and they took advantage of. We're not doing that, Danny. We're not doing that, PR Cowboy.
We're
We're
not
just
doing
showing
it
up, running a few plays in practice, and showing up and hoping that we win the game. That's basically what I'm
and
seeing.
collecting a check and collecting the damn check. Because by, by the time them dudes was through watching us play our previous game before we had to play Denver, Sunday night, they spent that whole Sunday night breaking down the Cowboys offense. They didn't have to worry about the defense because they know the defense Poochie. They broke that offense down. And not only that, they made it so simplified. They almost script Carolina. They almost scripted Carolina in this game. Denver did. When you look at what they did with the defense, man, oh, it was like putting a scarecrow in a cornfield for the crows, man. They scared off everything that they need to scare off to make sure they did what they did. They ran pick plays for the running back to get swing passes. I mean, the whole 9 yards. They did what they wanted to do. The tight end wreck shopped on the Cowboy. Then they made a second year player look like an all pro quarterback.
Yeah. Football Junkie, you said something too, and we witnessed that. On last week we talked about who was that we was playing? We playing the Commanders. We was talking about their level of receivers, and we thought, "Whoa, man, that's okay." But we did great, and we pulled off that win. But it was just shown that we had a higher caliber of receivers that we had to defend, and we failed. We failed big time. So yeah, it did make a difference. It did definitely make a difference. But yeah, I agree with you. So what you got? What you got, PR Cowboy?
No, man. Like these guys, everybody's on the same page with this, man. Everybody
Yeah,
knows what the deal is,
yeah.
and like last week, it's like if you sit back and you watch, we know what Sean Payton. He's a good coach. He knows how to coach around some things. But if you're sitting there thinking, I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, you know what? They have Cortland Sutton. They got a couple of rookie receivers that we don't have tape on. Let's stack the box and stop J.K. Dobbins in the run game first, and let's let Bo Nix try to,
Come on,
you know.
man.
But,
God,
but
it's good.
what happened? The run game got going. The play action opened up. Eh, but besides that, you just let guys run open down the field, and the running game nobody touches you for 10 yards, and hey,
Unbelievable.
pretty easy.
It's called gap control. You got linebackers that don't know where to line up. You got Kenneth Murphy Jr. all over the place, but the right place. But anyway, I digress. I'm done. I'm done. Okay. All right, guys, we done held up everybody. We're going to give a big shout out to What's Your Point for stopping through tonight. What's Your Point next week? You're going to definitely catch that link. Come on in. Wavy Hing, my guys, always coming through it and got some good content for us and comments for us. We also had, who else we had in here tonight? Sports Junkie came in tonight. We also had, what's his name? Average Video Game Player came in tonight. And everybody else, man, we want to appreciate you guys and we appreciate you guys for stopping through, man. And here we are. All we can do now is hope and pray that we don't repeat what we saw on last Sunday. So, anybody got any last words before we get out of here? Salute. All right. With that being said, like we always say, continue to stay safe, continue to be blessed. Okay, who we got there? Okay, we got my nephew up in there. There he is. What's up, guy? On the pound. All right, Alabama in the house. There he is, my guy, man. Good to see you come through, man. And make sure you check us out next week, same time, same bad channel. What's up Wednesday? But again, like I say, whatever you do, if you don't do anything else throughout the night and the week, continue to be kind. All right. With that being said, and Fleabug, we appreciate you also in the background and keeping us on script. All right, we're out of here. Deuces.